Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and today I am channeling 2014 Jasmine. 2014 Jasmine did not give a single crap about color combinations or anything like that. She just wanted to express herself. Now, I was digging into the archives and I found this photo here of myself, and I am going to also upload a little bit more, but I just feel like this look was honestly the start of something great, and I just feel like it was amazing to go down memory lane in this video, to see what products I used, and to just honestly revisit my past self. So I hope you guys all enjoy this video. I know it's super bold, but I just hope that it inspires you to revisit one of your old looks and to see how far you came in your makeup journey. So without further ado, let's get started. I want you guys to know that I've been sitting here trying to investigate my makeup. Like, what did I use in 2014? What was so significant to me? Oh my God, Jasmine, please. I think once I start, things might be coming back to me, so I'm just gonna do Touch and Sew No Problem Primer. Back then, I don't believe I used a primer for my makeup. I believe I was a hardcore fan of, oh yes I was. I was a hardcore fan of the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation because it had a primer, foundation, and it's set to a powder finish. Because I don't have the CoverGirl 3-in-1, I'm actually just going to use the rest of my Catrice HD Liquid Foundation. This one's in the shade Golden Beige. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations at the moment. I was a really hardcore CoverGirl foundation girl for some odd reason. I don't know why I was attracted to CoverGirl at the time. I'm going to use my ShopMissA concealer to highlight my skin, but back then I actually only used one concealer and I repurchased it for about 2 years, and it was the Revlon Age Defy concealer, and I always got the lightest shade because I thought I was like the whitest porcelain doll there was. It was just literally the worst. I convinced myself, oh, I'm really light, because at the time a lot of other YouTubers were really pale and I just thought, oh, same, me too. What did I use to blend out my stuff? Because I got a beauty blender when I was 16, but I think I was just using a flat foundation brush by Real Techniques, honestly. One thing's for sure, I was definitely using an Anastasia dip brow. I was using the shade Chocolate. Now I use the shade Dark Brown because it's actually my shade. But in 2014, I wanted to really get into brows because a lot of people were actually bullying me about my brows. They are pretty sparse, but they're pretty thick, and I always had bangs because it was a way for me to cover them, but I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna do something about the situation and I'm gonna thread them. They're gonna be thin, they're gonna be beautiful, and I'm gonna fill them in. And I feel like in a way it was great, but in the same token, I just regret it because my brows were so thin, and I just, oh, I'm so embarrassed by it. But I love my brows now, and yeah, that's my story. Another thing that's different from my old brow routine is that I did not go over the pomade with any powder. I just simply left it as is, and I think today I'm gonna do that because everything in this routine I feel like is gonna be pretty different than how I used to do my makeup. I just want to simply recreate the look, but I just, for sentimental reasons, I kind of just want to keep it how I used to do it. Back then, I was super inspired by Patrick Starr to bake my face, and I, of course, bought his favorite powder at the time, which was Coty Airspun powder, and I remember searching high and low on the shelves in every single store trying to find it, and once I did, I literally felt so accomplished. But because I don't have that powder anymore, I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder in the shade Translucent to go ahead and bake my skin. So it definitely looks like I wanted to do a cut crease, but the only thing that I wish that I did was blend the crease a little bit more. It seemed that I only did the cut crease really in the outer half. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a full cut crease and then I'm gonna recreate the actual lid shades that I've done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of follow what I did in my previous makeup tutorial. So I'm gonna take a kohl liner and I'm going to outline my entire crease, and I'm gonna do a full cut crease with this. I'm gonna take a small little pencil brush and then I'm going to buff it out. For the eye look today, I felt like the Zodiac palette had all the shades that I really needed. So I'm going to take the Taurus and I'm going to take that on the same pencil brush and I'm going to go ahead and blend the crease one more time. I'm going to now take the Virgo on the same pencil brush and I'm going to go ahead and deepen up the crease. So I'm going to take this as close to that black liner as possible and just try and really outline it. With a little bit of the concealer, I am going to outline the entire cut crease. Very similar to that other tutorial that I filmed, right? And just gonna follow it through all the way out. Now in the look, it looks like I did inner corner, outer corner in a blue tone, and then in the center I did like a yellowy shimmery shade. So in this palette, I think we're gonna use Aquarius for the blue, and then I believe we might either go into Gemini or Leo, depending on how I feel. I think the colors are very pigmented, they're very nice, and I think that if you're looking for a pretty cool tone palette that has very unique shades, then this is definitely one to look into. I do, however, still think that Kathleen's Jaded palette is so beautiful. I 100% recommend that collaboration palette out of all of the ones that she has made so far. So it looks like right when I got into this outer corner, I definitely connected these lines right here. And that's a thing that I usually do in general. So I'm glad that that habit has stayed because I feel like it just helps accentuate my eye shape even more. So I kind of just started with the Gemini. And I think for the halo eye, I want it to go into like a little halo triangle funnel shape like this. Not really sure. I am not the best at halo eyes. I'm very surprised that that one was not only a cut crease, but a halo eye as well. Why was I so complex? Why? I was an artist. And around these edges, I am just going to pat the Gemini so that it could mix in a lot better. Wow, okay, the tones that I guess I used were more green based. What the hell was I using? I almost want to say I might have used the Electric palette by Urban Decay. Also, there's a story to that Urban Decay Electric palette. I was so into color, I mean, as you guys can tell, and I just remember seeing that palette for the first time and was just such in awe about it. And I just remember waiting for the Sephora sale to get my hands on it. And when I finally did, I felt like $1,000,000. And for the longest time, I didn't want to use it because it was just so precious to me. Then once I actually started to utilize it, I started creating these crazy looks with them, and oh my god, I still have the palette, but it's so old and so expired that I don't want to touch it. But man, I kind of want to just get it again for shits and giggles because that was such an OG color palette that you could get in stores. I'm also going to take the same shimmer shade and pop this into my inner corner. I don't believe I did an inner corner back then, but I mean, why not, right? I had this little itty bitty baby wing, and I remember I was a hardcore fan of the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner, but I don't use that liner anymore because it is a felt tip and I love brush tip liners now. So today I'm using my Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen. There was also another eyeliner that I really loved and really stood by, and that was the Revlon Grow Luscious eyeliners. They don't make them anymore, but that was an entire line that I really loved from Revlon. And I remember their black liner was like the blackest liner I could ever find. I thought it was way better than the Urban Decay 24/7 liner, but now since they don't make it, I'm actually going to use my Ulta Beauty gel eyeliner in the shade Blackout, and I'm going to line both my upper lash line and my lower waterline. Applying the black on my lower waterline literally reminds me how much I loved black on my lower waterline. Now in the photo, I'm looking down so you can barely see my lower lash line, but knowing me, I probably just did a brown. So I'm actually gonna start with the Taurus one more time, and I might go ahead and deepen it up with the Virgo. I think as far as the eyeshadow is concerned, I think we're done. Wow, we love it. Oh my God, wow. Since they discontinued the Revlon Grow Luscious mascara, I'm just using my Essence Volume mascara as always. For lashes, for sure, I was definitely using Kara Lashes number 47. Those, some of y'all know this because in the beginning of my channel, I was still using 47s. I was like, these are my ride or dies. I'm never changing. And you know what? That's just how it was, man. But since then, I took a look at 47s again, and they were horrendous. Like, they are just so one-dimensional and so fake looking. I don't even know how did I make that possible? How did I make that happen? But today we are using the Lilly lashes in the style Miami. I think that because we have such a bold look going on, we also need some type of bold lashes to complement the look. I'm literally taking out my bronzer, blush, and highlight, and I'm like, what was I using? First of all, I wasn't using highlight. I was using so much bronzer. I was like bronzer crazy. Now, Maybelline actually used to have these like little squares. Let me try and find and Google it because I don't know the name of it. Oh my gosh. I found her. So they had these blushes that were like woven, and this one in particular was Plum Shimmer, and I remember I used to use that as a blush whenever I did decide to use it as a blush. And then they also had another one, it was called Bronze Tapestry, and that one used to be my bronzer. And oh my God, I found another Google picture. I truly don't know of anyone else who knows what I'm talking about, but this is what it was. It's just so crazy that literally throughout my entire life, I just love so many things, and everything that I love just gets discontinued. Like those ones, they were buttery, they were smooth, and I didn't know anything about bronzers and blushes, but those ones, I just remember gliding it on my skin and it was just so beautiful. Whether I did have foundation on my face or not, those ones were absolutely amazing. Oh, man. But you guys know the drill. We're gonna go in with the Catrice Sun Lover bronzer because this one's my current favorite. And I think that, you know, based off of comparison, this one is similar to Bronze Tapestry in a way where it has a little bit of sheen to it. It wasn't completely matte. It was definitely like a bronzy glow. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to this, because it gives your face life. In my original look, I was very bronze heavy, but I want to make this look a little bit more modern. So yes, I'm going to apply a little bit more bronzer than usual, but I'm also going to do a little bit of blush and a little bit of highlight. With the same brush, I'm using the Catrice Midsummer Peach, and I'm mostly going towards this side of the mosaic because I don't want that darker pink in here. I kind of want this to be like a natural glow, blushy vibe. And then for the highlight, we're using the Fenty Killawatt highlight in Me Money and Hustla Baby. I'm taking Mean Money first, and I'm going to apply that. The lip color is really gonna date me out, but I used the OCC Lip Tar in Pagan. Oh my God, who else remembers OCC Lip Tars? That was everything. Oh my Lord. I remember I went to Sephora one time, and you know how in the holiday seasons they have the little lipstick boxes, like all about lips or something like that. I remember I bought one specifically because it had a full size of an OCC lip tar, and it also had a lot of other colors that were half sizes and other full sizes. It was a great deal. It was like 25 bucks, and that was when Sephora to me it was like my holy grail. So I remember I bought it, and I just loved OCC lip tars because they had such a wide variety of color. If I saw color, I was immediately drawn to it. So I got Pagan as a little sample because it was in a squeeze tube. So I felt like it was kind of sanitary, and that lasted me literally forever. I remember the girl who gave me a sample gave me a lot of it. So it literally lasted me like years. So since I don't have Pagan any longer, and because OCC lip tars are discontinued just as a brand as a whole, I'm gonna try and create a similar shade to Pagan. Now, unfortunately, I actually threw away a lot of my purple lipsticks because they were really expired, and these ones are too, but I'm gonna try my best. Now, these are from MAC. I have the shade Matte Royal, which is a dark navy blue. I think this is the closest in depth to Pagan, but because it's more of a blue, I am wanting to mix it with Heroin, and hopefully we might get a similar shade. I went ahead to blot my lips so that it's easier to blend, but I'm going to take some black lipstick. I only have one in my collection, and that's Kat Von D Witches. I'm going to do a couple of dots, and I'm going to actually see if I could just darken this up. We're getting there. Yeah, it's a darkened purple. And just like that, you guys, we are completed with the look. I thought it would be really fun to finish it off with the hairstyle that I had in the photos here, which is two little small buns and then the rest of the hair out. Now I'm like deep diving into this photo, and I'm like zooming in on what was I wearing. I have that dress still. I wore that to homecoming. Oh my god. It is, oh my god, this whole entire look was definitely, I want to say it was definitely within the era. Galaxy was just a thing. Everyone was wearing it, and I just feel like this entire look was so Galaxy inspired. It was so 2014. Can I just be really honest? I'm so happy I grew into my facial features. Oh my god. I used to be so self-conscious about my nose. I used to think it was like the biggest thing ever. And now I feel like it just suits my face. Oh my lord. Oh god. All in all though, I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of 2014 Jasmine. She really took makeup as an outlet. Oh man, I'm gonna cry because I knew exactly what place I was in when I was in 2014. That was, the entire high school experience was just rough for me. And makeup was definitely something that I heavily relied on. I just felt like after a long day, or if I'm just really stressed, I would do my makeup same as how I do now. You know, if I'm stressed, I'll film a makeup tutorial, or I'll go live on Instagram and I'll just talk about something else. And I just feel like in some aspects, yes, my makeup was not that great, but at the same time, I didn't let what I was feeling stop my creativity. And I am just so happy that I was that person who took photos, even though I wasn't sharing it on the internet, I wasn't sharing it on Instagram. I'm just happy I was taking these photos just to look back on. And honestly, dude, Jasmine, God, I'm gonna fucking cry. Is it weird to say like I'm so resilient out of like all the things that I went through during that time? Oh my god. I don't know why I'm so emotional, but it's just like I went through so much. And as little as it may seem like it's just makeup, it really was an outlet, and it still is. And I'm just very thankful that I had something that was able to be there for me, essentially, even though like I was just so alone. I just want to end the video now, but I just wanted to also remind you guys that if you love something, continue on doing it. Nothing's stopping you from doing something that you love, and I'm just happy that something that I'm really passionate about has followed me throughout so many years and has gotten me through so many obstacles and hurdles. I'm just so thankful. So with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for riding this journey with me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.